I obviously can't be there, and I actually very much wish I was able to, because it means a whole lot to me. I was trying to think of moments that I shared with her and with everyone in that house before doing this, and I'm just gonna have to wing it, I think. I feel like I had a different experience at some points than a lot of people when they came over, because I'd literally just go back into MK's room, get a beer, and drink and talk. And I was always with Morgan Nelson, and we would just lay on her bed with her and bullshit and talk about guys and sex and like all of these things that I really wished I could do with my own mom. And I was living in a really hard place with my parents while they were still together, and I was always allowed to come over, and that's because of Mal also. So MK gave me a piece of lingerie, I'm pretty sure, and I think my mom found it at one point and stole it because it was just gone after a little while. But yeah, I don't know, she was the right kind of mother figure for me, for sure, during that time frame. She helped me be more relaxed, be more free, because I was still like trying to learn how to just vibe with an environment, because I came from a very like Roman Catholic Italian background where like everything that made me a woman was super awkward and not cool to experience, I feel like. Yeah, I don't know, she always made me laugh. I always felt safe around her. I miss her a whole lot. I wish I was there.
MK had a heart of gold, and she passed it on to both you boys. In all honesty, she really did. Both you boys have a heart of gold, and there's good people in this world, and there's bad people in this world, and there's people like you guys who you genuinely care about another person, and I think that's phenomenal that she passed that on to you boys. She was a lot of fun in the way that all of us little rat bastards would cause her headaches all of the time. But she loved to have everybody there, and she would love to offer advice and kind of guide us through those shitty little young years. She was just a really great person. She really was. And something you guys need to know, and I know you do know this, but she's not alone up there, and you're not alone down here.
I think the thing I miss most about MK was her ability to just level with anybody. Didn't matter who you were, because she got along with just about everybody, but you could just talk to her and she would meet you right where you were at. No judgment, no nothing. You would always feel so much better after talking with her. She was just such a great person, and I miss her so much. And I miss all the good times we all had together, so I'm really glad that we do this stuff. Love you guys.
Hey Micah, hey Mal. Miss y'all. Think of you all the time. And I think of those times over at the old place. I'm sure everyone in their video said this, but it was a second home for me during a time where it's starting to get all angsty for the first time. Starting to want to be away from home a lot. There was that whole tribe there. We all kind of had each other's backs in a way. And MK really was the matriarch of that whole thing. And she took care of us too. One of the great things about MK is that she didn't beat around the bush. She was just straight up about everything. Like she would it's like, come right up to me and tell me, Graham, I hope you're using condoms. Just like, Graham, you're too young to be having babies. Okay, MK. All right, I get it. Thank you. Yeah, such a great woman. I have one particular memory that really touched me. was like the first time I ever got drunk. I was in 8th grade, and like I was way too drunk, and I was like stuffing my face full of saltine crackers. For some reason, in the middle of this, I thought of my brother, who I really wasn't getting along with at the time. And I started crying. Tears started pouring down my face, and like saltines were coming out of my mouth, and like everyone was just like, "Oh fuck, what's Graham doing?" And so MK walks into the room, and she sees me there, and she takes me onto her shoulder. She's like, "You okay, sweetie? You all right?" And then she like kind of gets on everyone's asses for not paying attention to me. Like, "We're gonna have a circle right now," and everyone was like, "Ah, really? We're gonna have a circle right now?" Yes, right now. So we all circled up, and most of y'all probably remember the circles. They were great. And I forgot even what it was, but it was something like, go around the circle and like say something supportive, or like, I was pretty drunk, but it was probably something along the lines of like, everyone say something they like about Graham. Everyone was like, like, I guess he's all right. But yeah, it was really sweet. So that was like my first time getting drunk, and I was making a fucking mess of myself. It was a good memory. She always had my back. Anyway, think about y'all all the time. So, really hope I can be there to celebrate your life this year. I'm gonna try. Micah, Mal, I love y'all. Micah, you're my brother. Forever. Never hesitate to reach out. Peace. Much love.
It was tough for me to come up with one thing that I love and miss about MK. But I think for me, one thing that I love and that she taught me that I use almost every day was how to unite people. She was able to take all of us fucked up, young, dumb, punk-ass teens who felt like they didn't belong someplace, one way or another. Who, some of us didn't have families and all this kind of stuff, and she made us feel like a proper family, and that we were included and that we were valuable. And she supported us and loved us, and we were able to all come together and get something that we were missing in our lives, one way or another. And I try every day to show those values and to try to bring people together and emulate what she taught us. And I know that trait lives in Mal and Micah too, because they're just great guys who everybody wants to be around, and that's the quality of somebody that has the ability to bring people together. And when I moved to Canada, it was really tough for me, but it was that lesson that helped me gain the friendship and everything that I needed to survive up here. But as great of friends as I have up here, there's nobody like you guys, like all of my shitty, ratchet ass Island of Misfit Toys friends. And no matter where I'm at, no matter what I'm doing, where I am in life, I am who I am because of MK, because of Mal, because of Micah, because of Draven, because of Izzy, because of everybody that made that house, that tiny little apartment, made it into a home. And I think about those times all the time, and you guys are always with me and always giving me the strength that I need to persevere and do what I need to do with my life to become the man that I know that MK would want me to be. And I love you guys, and I miss you guys every day I'm up here.
Unfortunately, I never got to meet MK, but if she was here, I know she would be more than proud of the way her boys have grown up. You guys are unreal. You guys are fantastic human beings with so much to offer. Mal, you're such a hardworking, great individual. It is unreal. Micah as well. I love you both.
You say hi? Hi! This is my daughter, Talia. Most of you guys haven't even met her, but here she is. She's 2 now. I guess I want to just start off by saying, Mal, Micah, I love you guys. We haven't talked in years, but just know I'm always here for you, no matter what. Right? Yeah? Yeah. And hopefully, when I stop by, you guys can meet my daughter. I would love for that. She just farted, and that's gross. Ew. A memory I want to throw out there is, I remember the day that I was sleeping on the couch at the apartment, and we were all pretending like we were asleep because Dave and MK came home, and they were pissed that there were so many people over there, but we all knew that MK was just joking, and she was pissed off at Shane for some reason. And we were all listening, almost busting out laughing, hearing her go off on him, saying, "Okay, Shane, you're going home," because he's a smart ass when he's drunk. And I think she almost made him cry, and like almost made him straight up get in the car and leave. And then at the end, she was like, "Haha, Shane, you're dumbass. I'm not taking you home." Or, I mean, any meeting in the throne or MK talks. I don't know. I miss it all, and I miss you guys, and I hope you all are being successful in your life. I obviously have a 2-year-old now. I plan on going back to school and going for forensics. You guys are so loved, and I miss you guys so much. If you ever need anything, just let me know. Love you. Bye.
Yeah, so I guess I gotta go ahead and make mine now. So, they told me to tell a few stories about MK, and I'm trying to think. But one that always jumps to my mind immediately is my first time over at Mal's house, and I'm sitting in the living room with everybody chilling, and all of a sudden, everybody runs up and they're like, "Hey, you gotta go talk to MK." And I'm thinking like, man, I just got here. What could I have possibly done? She's already like on to me. I've done something. And I go back and I'm just like, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Tyus, yada, yada, yada. MK gives me a beer and she says, sit down. And I was like, all right, I'm sitting down. And she looks at me and she's like, we have fun here, but there are rules. And I'm thinking, okay, don't smoke in the house, don't drink in the house, something along those lines. She goes, no fucking in the house. And I was, oh man, no fucking in the house. And I was like, all right, I'm dying at this point. And then she's like, second rule, if you fuck in the house, use a condom. And by far, greatest advice she could have possibly given, because some of us were a little bit wild when we were younger. Won't mention names or nothing, But it was interesting to see like how MK really was. That alone right there kind of already showed the difference between her and I think like a lot of normal parents. I wouldn't say MK was a normal parent, but I think she was the parent that we all needed you know, growing up, somebody that we could relate to, somebody that we could come and talk to about anything and not feel judged, and get good feedback and, you know, good guidance. MK was a mother to every single one of us. And, you know, I can think of times where I really couldn't even go back to my own house. You know, I was in trouble for something, or I did something stupid and couldn't really go back, and that lady would let me stay there for a day, let me stay there for 2 days. Nights there, Mal said that, you know, we couldn't like even have people over. He wasn't even supposed to have people over, and she would let me stay there, you know, let me stay there for days, even though she said nobody over. And like, that's just, I think about that, and I just think about the kind of woman that MK was to all of us, man. And I think about her like all the time, just because, you know, I think high school was a period of time where all of us really needed that. You know, we needed an MK, somebody to kind of let us grow into who we were becoming, but kind of guided us and didn't necessarily judge us for who we were becoming. And I think about that a lot today. I do. I wish that you could be here, MK, to see what we all became, because everybody's doing so well. And I just really wish that you could see everything that we became, with all of the love you put into us and all the care that you gave us in that house full of crazy kids all the time. And I miss you a lot. But you'll know that your kids are always here. We always love you, and no matter what, we're always gonna have each other. And as long as we got that, we'll get through it. Till I see you soon. Love you, MK. No.
Hey everyone, this is my video about MK, and my favorite thing about her would have to be the way she was so caring, and how she'd make it her mission to help out someone if they were feeling bad. I mean, I remember going through a lot of tough times as a sophomore in high school, and she wasn't even my mom, and she would make me feel like I was appreciated and like I was a person. Like when I would go home, my parents wouldn't give me the time of day, you know, they just shrug me off, be like, oh, you're a kid, you know, not listen to what I have to say. But when I came over to Mal's, MK would always have an open ear. She'd make it her mission to make me feel better, even though I wasn't even her kid, you know. And I feel like she did that to everyone she knew, and it's a very powerful thing, especially for a lot of us anyway. I feel like a majority of the kids in our group didn't have a lot of adult role models that they could look to and talk to when they had questions, and the way she was able to, I don't know, help us and guide us along our path. It made me who I am today, and it made a lot of us who we are, and I'm just very thankful that I got to know her and got to know a lot of you guys.
This is to Mal and Micah. Your mom was an amazing woman. The fact that she could bring all of us together back when we were in high school and kind of unite us. It didn't really matter what you did, where you came from. She was so accepting, and honestly, the world could learn a bit better from people like that. I feel like nowadays everybody just judges, and yeah, it's very unfortunate that you know, it always seems like God has to take the best people from this earth. But she's always still in all of our hearts. I hope you guys know that. And she obviously made a huge impact on all of our adulthoods as well. So I just wanted to let you know that we miss her.
I think the thing that I miss most about MK is her laugh, and being able to just go and talk to her. I wish I could have one more moment in baby Vegas just to talk about life and, you know, maybe feel better about everything. But I overall just miss her in general, but if I had to pick one thing, it would be her laugh.
Hey, Mal and Micah. I'm not very good at this stuff, but I just want to take a second to let you know how much I love you and how much you guys mean to me. Too many amazing memories. I could sit here forever and talk about all the stupid stuff that we did together, all the trouble we got in at the apartment, at the church, at everywhere in that neighborhood. Your mother, MK, took care of all of us like we were children. She was the best role model that I've known, and I will always have her in my heart and in my mind. I love you guys so much. MK, I love you. I know you're watching over us. Thank you very much.
I think what I miss the most about MK is that she was always there for any of us, no matter what we needed, whether we needed advice, plan B, whatever. She was always there, and she did it without judgment and with ease. She was so easy to talk to, and a lot of us kind of went through shit and maybe had shitty home lives, and she was always there to make us feel wanted and make us feel loved, and I really cherish that about her because I myself went through a lot of shit like that. And every single day I hear her voice in the back of my head telling me to handle my shit. Because honestly, at this point, I could really go for some MK advice right about now. And God bless her heart, because there were a lot of us, and she was there for every single one of us.
I think the first thing that comes to mind when I'm thinking about MK is how included she made everyone feel, and how at home and welcome she always wanted everyone to be. She extended her family by so much just by allowing all of us kids to use her and her home as like a safe haven for just like any time. She helped me through a very hard point in my life, and middle school is already shitty for most of us, and so she was really one person who helped me get through that. And I will always think of her as like a mother to me. And I will always think of Mal and Micah as brothers. I would do literally anything for them.
Hey guys, so it's taken me a lot of thinking to try to figure out what I want to say in this video and stuff. Because there's a lot of things that I miss about MK. And those times in general of us just being stupid, dumb kids. But I wouldn't trade them for the world. I miss her a lot, and I think about her more than I think I thought I would. One of the things that I liked about MK was, like, I thought it was funny because where we went to school, a lot of people were super judgmental. And a lot of people knew about, you know, how we would go over to Mal's and party and get fucked up and do all those things, but they really didn't understand, like, that was an actual, like, family. And we would also go over there when we needed a shoulder to lean on, or we just didn't feel like being alone. And I think a lot of people, like a lot of our parents even, thought MK was just the party parent, and we would go over there because we could party. But in all reality, that wasn't it. She was a friend, a mom. She was everything to all of us in a different way. And we've proven that by getting together every year for the past 3 years to celebrate her, which I think is awesome. So it wasn't just, hey, let's go over there and party, or, you know, anything like that. But we cared about a lot more than just that. And she taught us a lot. I remember so many fun, dumb times there. I guess the story that I remember the most, that most people think about when they think about me at Mal's house, was the time that I peed my pants at the church. And I just remember being really drunk and telling everybody that, like, hey guys, I gotta pee. And then, like, they're like, okay, we're about to leave, we're almost done skating. And I was like, never mind, I'm peeing. And everybody was like, what do you mean? And yeah, it was bad. I was really drunk. But I just remember, like, 2 days later coming over to Mal's house. And when I got there, MK came out in front of everybody. She had a plastic bag. And she was like, here you go, Michaela, I washed your pee pants for you. And we just started rolling because it was just so hilarious. And, like, the fact that she did that. I think I punched Anthony in the face that night too because he tried to take my alcohol away. But hey, we're family, we're still friends. We could do shit like that, and the next day it was fine. So I miss all of you guys, and I'm really glad we can do this, and I'm really glad that I got the chance to be a part of this and got the chance to know her and be around her. I miss her a lot. Mal and Micah, I love you so much. Always will. You know that. Always have your back. Call me if you need anything. But, man, she lives through all of us in different ways, and I see it every time I'm around one of you guys. Love you guys.